Did you know that 83% of people prefer watching videos to access instructional information instead of seeing it via text or via audio? That's huge. And if you're not using masterclasses to grow your business and your brand as a way to bring in new clients and get more people to find out about what you offer, you're missing the boat. But trying to come up with a script for your masterclass on top of everything else that you already have that's pulling on your time, it is not easy. So what the Masterclass Script Wizard will do is walk you through each of the steps in order to get a great usable script that you can start drafting out so you can easily go from idea to execution. So let's dive in. Let's dive into the Masterclass Script Wizard. Now you can find this under All Tools or specifically under the Wizards section. Now, once you select this, you do want to make sure that you have your details at least typed somewhere over here in your main copy section, or you are following along using a Google Docs or something like that, some type of Word format document, so you can still keep the details that are provided here, because as you start to type, if you type anything, those details that will help give you the best results will go away. So I do like to make sure that I have this typed out and what I need. So let's just go over the couple basic sections that are here, which is who is your ideal customer, provide a detailed breakdown of your target market here, including demographic and psychographic information, my ideal customer's pain points, what the webinar topic is about, summarizing the presentation, what is the main offer, and providing a detailed summary of the offer that we're going to be promoting during the masterclass, and who we are as the educator, the professional, the coach, and why they should listen to us. And so we want to provide a summary of our credibility and what are some of the results that we have received to make us a subject matter expert on the topic. Now, I want to go through each of these sections and show you some of the details, how I arrived at some of the answers that are filled into the section here. And take your time with this, because the more accurate, the more detailed that you can be, the better the wizard will work on your behalf. So I have my ideal target audience description that's written out here, and you can just create a solo project so you can paste all the stuff in. Or if you have this somewhere in the business that you can pull this from, just paste it into a solo project so that you have access to it. But we're going to describe our person as if they are a real person, and then we will create a summary of who they are. So our base ideal target audience in this example is a solo content creating marketer, and this is a millennials, primarily millennial women living in North America, collegiately educated, making anywhere from $60,000 to $90,000 per year. And that includes income from whatever their full-time job is, in addition to the money that they're making in their side hustle. And we like to describe this person as if they are a real person so that we can vividly see when copy is on brand or when it's not. But the summary is more generic so that it's not making it too niched and not exactly what we would need for the masterclass. In the demographic section, we're doing the same thing, and you can just take simple bullet points that you know from this person or about this person, even if you don't have a ton of clients for what you're doing or you're just getting started. Still put out what you know. You can always go over to the Genie and put in these specific details, and I'll show you what I did here. For this one, all the way up here, I decided to make a person that would fit for generically for the tutorials. Well, I can go through and start asking it specifically, give me a detailed summary of someone that has these specific details. Well, Genie Chat gave me an answer, and it is specifically still referencing Rachel, who is our ideal target audience avatar, but I don't want it to say Rachel in the copy or anything like that. And so I asked it to remove the details about her being an individual by her name and just give me a 1-paragraph summary for the demographic and the psychographic details. And you can see that it kicked out an answer for me. Exactly. So that can help cut down on a bit of time, and you can take just the basic things that you know and come up with a detailed summary. And so all of that here is pasted into what we know about our ideal target audience, who is the right person to buy this product that we will be promoting in the masterclass. Same thing goes with the psychographics, things that we know about this person. They love challenges, love to constantly push themselves with innovative ideas, highly motivated, takes pride in their work for what they're doing, and they're ambitious, and their long-term goals are about building their personal brand and expanding their client base. And so based on the details of the psychographic, we can go ahead and put these details in here, making adjustments for what we may need or what have you, just based on the various different things. You won't be able to expand this currently, but that's why I suggest writing it over here where you can see in your main copy section to make sure you're getting the details exact to what you want, and then you can paste it over here. Same thing with the common pain points that your ideal target audience struggles with. You can just put in the main specific ones. You don't have to give the descriptions. If you do know this, or if you have this saved somewhere based on work that you've already been doing, maybe you even just talked about it and you gave an audible description, you can use that. Pro tip is if you do have that audio, let's say you gave an interview, you did a podcast or something like that, you can go over here to the podcast producer, upload the audio, even you can rip the audio from the video, paste that in, get the transcript and actually get the assets, which would be the transcript, and paste that in if you know you described it in detail, even if it was just in ideal format. And in the masterclass topic section, we're talking about building a profitable and sustainable personal brand membership program. And again, just a detailed summary of what we plan to cover here in as best detail as you can. It doesn't matter if you have this much detail, but if you sit and think on based on the pain points, how you want to position this, the things that are your expertise around this area, you can really go into more depth, and that can only make your copy better. Then we have the offer area, just describing what is our offer going to be and providing a detailed summary of what we're going to promote. Well, we're promoting the membership sales program, which is a course offering, and that it's a comprehensive course with that specific name designed for solo content creating marketers. And then the last section of why someone should listen to you, we need to come up with our credibility. If you've been on any kind of podcast, sometimes they do a really great job of pulling those details. If you ever have any troubles, you can literally type in this specific prompt, like create a credibility summary of yourself as a subject matter expert based on results that you've gotten. Put in those specific bullet points, which, Sarah Parr is just a false character name that we put to describe ourselves in this example. And like we've gotten so many clients that we've had so many successful membership programs. We've increased revenue by 200%. No detail is too much, and just give a few things about yourself in this specific area that makes you qualified to talk on it. Now that I have this specifically filled out, I do want to go ahead and create a project called Masterclass Script and just make sure that I have what I want specifically in a section. Anytime you ever need to bring a project down into a folder, put it over the folder's name and it'll reposition it down here. With our details entered into these specific sections, just making sure we're providing just enough detail not to overdo the character limits and make sure that we are providing clear and concise information. Then we go ahead and click create copy and it will start working on the script wizard. And already we have the webinar script for the masterclass to let us know what the headline should be, the things we should be focusing on, and what that script is. If we break this down into how you would actually present this, this would be down here in the content delivery section. And each of these specific slides would start going into the main pain points in addition to sharing details about yourself. Now, where it has the client name Lucy and such, obviously you can input your specific client stories, your actual name and things like that in there. But you can see this gives us a very detailed description exactly on what we would need to do, the exact order that it should be in, how to go through for the pitch and the offer, which is a section that makes a lot of people nervous. And by the time we are done, even if you just spent about a minute on each of these, this would put you in that 30 to 45 minute range that most people fall into, especially once you hit around slide 27. Let's say this is about 30 to 35 minutes in, maybe even 40 minutes, depending on how detailed you go into the specific slides. And then the Q&A section, this gives you exactly what you would need to from a content standpoint. You can click on create copy in order to copy all of this text here. And you'll get this loading bar, but that makes some of the other options unavailable as it's working for you. I honestly just would prefer to copy all of this and then select copy. Come back over here once I exit out of closed. I did create a blank pretty much blank document that just says the final masterclass script. I'm over here and select Command and the letter V, and it'll paste in all of the details that we posted. And here we can go in and start working on this even more. If, let's say, something is not on brand or one of the examples isn't exactly how we want, then we can go in and start making changes. So let's say for slide 3, the ultimate game changer for content creators. For the script, it says this masterclass is a game changer, and it'll provide solutions to address the most prevalent challenges, monetization, building a community. Let's say we find out as we continue to do market research, or as we're promoting this or working on the promotions for it, that one of these pain points like resource management isn't really the big deal. It's really more so the technological issues that they have. They don't know what the right microphone or how they should present themselves on camera. And that's something that is more important to them versus like resource management or what have you. Or let's say there was a big data issue where the company that we were going to suggest, we now need to change that recommendation. And so I like to have that in a specific type of project so I can go through and have a big picture look, not only of the details that I entered in over here to produce this particular script, especially if you want variations to test. And a pro tip is this is also great to make sure that you have this information. We can come up here and export this out and download this script and save it for later, because if you are ever going through and you need to test or you need to pull the data, you can see these were the prompts that we entered based on the details. These were the slide deck. This was the slide deck that we used in order to get the results. And let's say with this particular copy, maybe we had a 50% success rate, but with an altered version, let's say we change some of these 5 main pain points that we put over here and adjust it for it, and we just fine tune that based off of what we've learned based off of doing a couple of these master classes, and we change this detail. Now we can see and just start keeping track of even the data and the content that we use that produced that specific result. So now you have your script drafted out and you are ready to go, because content is king when it comes to one of the best marketing strategies that you could use. But no matter what kind of content that you're posting about, it is exhausting coming up with caption after caption for all of these videos, especially when you're trying to mass produce to get the word out about your new offer that you are launching. But that's where infinite captions come in handy. You don't have to. You can even get someone on your team to do it, and it will still sound like you and your brand voice. And that is the next video that I'm going to be walking you through on how to use infinite captions.